Thank you. जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी श्री माता जी के श्री चरणों में प्रणाम करके अपनी कुंडलिनी उठाकर बंधन लेंगे। We will all bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mata Ji, raise our kundalini and put ourselves in bandhan. इसी ध्यान की स्थिति में अब हम सब श्री माता जी की अमृत वाणी को सुनेंगे. In this meditative state, let us now listen to Shri Mataji's Amrit Vani.
I talk to you about the void in our body which is called as Bhavasagara. आता बोलू नका ते. Bhavasagara in our Sahaja Yoga language. Today we have to understand the other chakras which are above the Bhavasagara. Last time I told you how by following wrong gurus and spoiling your guru principle, you get problems in your stomach. Also your extreme behavior towards religion Your fanaticism creates problems which may go up to something like cancer. Also, the another extreme behavior of people who become very dry by their overactivity on the right side and have no feelings for the family and neglect the family, have no relationship with their wives of a normal nature, also may develop problems of the stomach. This chakra, I didn't talk to you before about the speedometer within us, which is the Nabhi. I think I did mention something about it. This is one of the most important chakras within us, and I think before going over to other chakras, I must say that how our spleen gets spoiled and how we get into problems like blood cancer, which is a very common disease today in the West and is also invading our country with such a speed. बोलेगा नहीं तरवा गाओ हाँ इतने बोले This is I didn't talk to you about it, but I have talked about this to other people. Now this spleen is the one which creates blood cells for our emergencies. Any emergency comes in, it has to produce new blood cells to fight the emergency or to face the emergency or to solve the problems of the emergency. In the modern times, we have lost the idea of controlling our speed. We talk telescopically, we walk telescopically, we arrive at a point so telescopically that the point is left behind before we arrive. Now this spleen is the one, when you are eating your food, is also producing blood corpuscles to fight, or you can say to digest the food. At the same time, if you are listening to some horrid news and horrible emergencies that suddenly come up, or if you are reading newspapers, or if you are running away to your office, this is a very common thing with government servants, that they have no time for their breakfast, they will take 1 hour in the bathroom, and in 5 minutes they want to finish their breakfast. All such persons face the problem of getting into some sort of a complication of the spleen. Because when you eat your food and suddenly try to run, the poor spleen has to go with the double speed to cope up with your additional activities. It used to be a style in olden days that all the people would sit for food very comfortably, and the food was served with great care, and everybody was given sufficient time to eat the food. And there would be a lady to fan the gentleman who would keep the pace of the man's eating process at a proper level, and the food will be eaten with little leisure. But nowadays I find that people have no sense that we are human beings and we are not machines. In Delhi, I feel the schools are really very cruel people. I find even in this winter season, the children have to go to school at 6:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. And somebody must bring some legal procedure against these schools. It's absolutely essential. Your children are going to be in great difficulties if you do not pay attention to this fact. To get up early in the morning at that time, then walk in the cold season, take your bath. Many people take their bath also with hot water, and then suddenly go out in that cold. Take your breakfast just in a standing manner, in a very rushing manner. The mother is running with a bottle in the hand and pouring the milk for the child, and the child is somehow or other trying to gulp it down and taking a bread in the hand and rushing about. This is even worse than military, I can tell you. For such small children who are growing, it is essential that they must have their breakfast when they are quite in tune with the atmosphere. Not at the early in the morning at 6:30 to get up and rush them with that breakfast is something extremely cruel we are doing to our children. This will not only spoil their Vishuddhi, according to, I think, modern people, Vishuddhi, trouble is to be accepted all the time. Means all cold, coughs and all that is a part of life. You can't complain about it. Somehow, it has to go hand in hand with you. They do not want to find solutions for it. People might say in olden days, people used to get up at 4 o'clock. All right, they would. But they never used to get out of their houses so fast. And the style of life was very different in those days. People had very good food to eat. They had things full of vitamins. And the pressures on their lives were much less. As it is, we have no time to pay any attention to our children. On top of that, the way we hurry them up is so dangerous that I don't know, I have never known that children go so early in Delhi, which is so freezingly cold, so early, and come back home at about 2:30 in the afternoon. To come back at 2:30 in the afternoon, after eating that hurried meal at home, or whatever you may call a breakfast, or whatever you may call it, so-called, and then come back at 2:30, and what are they going to eat? There is timing for everything. The food digestion takes about 3 hours, and children feel hungry. As it is, there is no food, and this is how about 5.5 hours you keep them away in the schools without any food. For what? What knowledge are you giving to your children? What is the special knowledge you are giving to your children? What is such a great thing that the world has achieved by having these institutions of education, so-called? First of all, you are creating children who will be very sick. It is not going to give them longevity. Secondly, the way the people rush about for their work. In the morning time, there is no need to rush about. If you can get up early in the morning, sleep early and get up in the morning, take your time and eat your breakfast properly and go to office. Have something in the afternoon and then in the evening. You'll be amazed. You will get over 50% of your sickness. Because at the right time, if you give a proper practice to your stomach, you get your juices oozing out at the right time. You don't make your stomach crazy by that. But by this kind of emergency all the time arising, listening to horrible things at the time when you are eating your food or doing something important, your spleen goes crazy. It does not know. It loses its power to produce proper blood cells. It does not know how to produce. It really becomes crazy. And in that craziness, it starts producing blood cells at odd hours, wrong hours. It does not know when to produce. It is always in emergency. It is never stationed in its normal state. At this stage, if there is an attack from your collective subconscious area, about which now doctors are talking in England, that there is an attack of some proteins unknown to them, they call them as protein 58 and all that, you are very much prone to get blood cancer. Moreover, if your attention is too much on the left or the right to the extreme, you are even more prone. For example, you are a planner. You plan morning till evening, so your attention is more on the future. That means your attention is on the right hand side. It's like a cloth, you can say the attention in the stomach is protruding to the right or to the left. Now, if your attention is too much on the right, means you are planning all the time, as I told you, doctors may not accept it, but is a fact that when you think too much and plan too much, your Nabhi or your Swadhisthana chakra is converting the fat cells for the use of the brain. At that time, if you put more pressure into it by overactivity of the right hand side, which is your Kriya Shakti, it happens that you may enter into it to such an extent that at that time, if you have any such problem, you are easy to get some problem with your liver, because it is on the right hand side, and the poor liver suffers. You get cirrhosis of the liver, or just like cancer of the liver. Now in Sahaja Yoga, what happens really is this: your attention is spread like a cloth, and when the Kundalini rises, she pushes your attention upward, and the attention is a sheath around the Kundalini. When she pierces the Brahmarandra, then your attention starts oozing out into the supreme, or what we call the super consciousness, which is here spread, into the sukshma, into the subtle consciousness. Here the whole attention is pulled up there, and that is how you cure your blood cancer, your liver cancer, and all the cancer that is connected with this kind of attention. Not only cancer, but many other diseases like kidney trouble, liver trouble, and all other, we can say, diabetes, intestinal troubles, and even you might get relief to your diaphragm sometimes, which is very much in tension with people who are agitated all the time. Those people who think they are important, I think, are really not aware of what importance they have to themselves. We must understand our own esteem, and we must know that we are human beings and that we are very important to God, if not to anybody else. As human beings, we have to also realize that we have come on this earth from amoeba stage to this stage, and God has worked so hard for us that we have no business to go on slashing ourselves into absolutely ridiculous sick people who are no good for God and no good for anyone whatsoever. Now this attention is how it is diverted from this to that. Can be seen that when people are very much right-handed or ego-oriented, as we call it, they try to take their attention away from their ego. Actually, those people who are very ego-oriented always take to some kind of intoxication because they just can't sleep in the night. Their attention so much is in the future that they cannot sleep. By sleep they might go into the left side. So they have to drink a lot. They will have more alcohols, than normal people do. They'll have drugs or they'll have some sort of a thing. Ultimately, they have to take sleeping pills. Without sleeping pills, they cannot sleep. The reason is the attention in the man is so disturbed and he does not know how to give it a proper chance to lead a normal existence, that this attention is always thinking like mad, and he does not know how to stop that thing. In Sahaja Yoga, it happens automatically because your attention goes beyond thinking. You develop your thoughtless awareness without any difficulties, but you do not establish it. You have to establish your thoughtless awareness, and for that you have to work it out. And that working out takes little time. If people can really work it out properly, they can never get into these troubles. On the contrary, even if they may not be doctors or may not be physicians, they may be able to cure other people who have this problem. But in Sahaja Yoga, you must know that it's a new knowledge for you. It was a secret knowledge before this. Very much a secret. Of course, I must say Kabir Das and Guru Nanak and Adi Shankaracharya and all these people talked of Kundalini. Jnaneshwara talked of Kundalini and he said that this is this and this is that. But they did not give a full detailed idea about Sahaja Yoga because it was useless to tell them all about it when they were not realized. But they did inform because they knew that this time was going to come where they will be told about it. And if they had not said about this, they would have come up and said that from where are you getting this word Kundalini? It is not written anywhere. Because as I told yesterday in my lecture that people have more faith in my photograph than in myself. Human beings are so funny that they believe into something that is printed than what is said. Just now I am saying something to you. I am standing before you. But when I am in the present, you do not want to accept me. But if I have said something and is printed, you will say yes. I have seen also people who have my tapes. They believe into my tapes and into my speeches when I am speaking to them. It's most surprising how a human mind rushes off to the past or to the future. This is a human nature which is always going out, and it is the attention which is going out because of a particular problem within human beings. Now that problem I cannot discuss because I need little drawings for that which we don't have. But I have got in some of my speeches I have explained why the attention of man goes out. Because of his prismatic nature of his brain. But that prismatic nature and the, I should say the dual density of his brain creates a problem by which the attention of man goes out. Now the attention of the man has to be sucked in. If I tell you, you pay attention to me, you can. If I tell these children pay attention to me, they may for a while, but again they start playing. So, if I tell them that pay attention to me, they will see me and they will start paying attention to me. But if I say pay attention to yourself, you cannot pay. You may say that all right, we are praying inside, we are doing antar yoga, this, that, is all a myth. It's not there. When the attention is inside, you are in the present. You don't think. You are in the present. When the attention is outside, then either you are on the left side or the right side by which you are paying attention to your past or to the future. All your thoughts are coming from the past and from the future. At this present moment, there is no thought. But to stop this is very difficult. To say now, you cannot do that. There is a space in between which is called Vilamba, which is achieved through Kundalini awakening. It passes through the left and right side of ego and superego, and in the center you achieve your thoughtless awareness. Now this process of Kundalini rising upward can be hampered at another chakra which is at the heart level in the center, in the spinal cord. It is expressed outside in the sternum, and we can say that till the boy or the girl is about 12 years of age, from the sternum the antibodies are created. They go in the whole body and spread there and fight the disease. Now these antibodies in Sahaja Yoga language are the armies of the Jagadamba, of Durga, of the mother of this world. She resides in this center, according to Sahaja Yoga language. But it may be that people will not believe into it. How can that be that Durga resides there? Somebody told me it's not written in the book. I said, thank God it is not written. Otherwise, you would never have understood it and you would have made the mess of everything as you have done it. Of whatever was written has been made into a rigmarole. So now, this goddess is in this center. Well, this center is out of gear. First of all, your antibodies are reduced. There are so many medicines which reduce your antibodies. But people take it because it gives them a little relief for the time being. But they become then prone to other diseases because if the antibodies are reduced, then you cannot find the other diseases and the strength is reduced. Now in all our medicines, we forget that we are a complete being. We are not just a physical being, but emotional being and also a mental being and above all a spiritual being. Now when we forget this, we are only worried about the physical side of it. And when our physical side is in trouble, we want to do everything under the sun. But we do not know by doing that we are spoiling our emotional side. By spoiling our emotional side, it can be very dangerous that medicines which reduce the antibodies in the body can lead you to madness. Ultimately, first they give you giddiness, first you sleep a lot, and after that, too much sleeping, too much of these medicines can cause madness. Because you are thrown into the left side and you can be attacked and you can become a mad person. So these medicines are so dangerous that people without understanding the complete nature of man just try to treat part of it. In Sahaja Yoga, we, as he said, I do not take any medicines. As Kabira has said, I do not take any medicines. For me, Parabrahma is the one who is my Vaidya. He treats me. And it's a fact. Now the time has come to prove what Kabira has said, what Nanaka has said, what Adi Shankaracharya has said, what Christ has said. There is no need to take medicine to cure this center. We spoil this center by other means also. For example, there can be very simple reasons for spoiling it. You take your bath with hot water. Normally, to take a hot bath is alright, but that should be done in the night when you don't go out at all. Then you sleep off, you are in the room, and there cannot be a problem. But I've seen in England, most of the Indians who come and see me have got trouble with their lungs. They have a problem with their lungs and sometimes they get lung cancer very easily. And what I found out that they take a very hot bath like English people. Actually English people take seldom their baths. So, and it is very common to see in English homes 60 bedrooms with a bath, you see, because they don't require it much. But even if they have to take, they take it in the night. They don't take it early in the morning like Indians do. You see, you have to live in England the way English are. I'm not that you cannot live like that, it's a bit too much. But still, you can sometimes understand that if you have to take the bath early in the morning and then go to office, you are definite to catch this center or a center next to that, which is called as right heart in our Sahaja Yoga language. Now this center heart is caught, or the right heart is caught, because you suddenly expose yourself to cold weather. In the same way, in Delhi you may catch it, that you just have your hot bath and get out into the cold. Now best thing is that you take your hot bath always and then allow the water to be mixed with cold water, make the tap run, and then you take your bath, end up with cool water. You'll be amazed, you will never catch cold. It is a very simple thing to do. Once you practice this, you will never catch cold. I have seen people living very near Himalayas where it's absolutely very, very cold. 12 months. They always take their baths early in the morning, sitting outside with cold water. They never take bath with hot bath. They never have hot water to take their bath. And I have not seen any person suffering from this cold in the hills. They keep very good health as far as the cold is concerned, despite the fact it is very cold. It's a matter of little habit. If the Sahajogis who are realized souls, if they practice this, I tell you, all your Vishuddhis which are so horribly caught up will be alright, and I will have less trouble. Because today I was clearing everybody's Vishuddhi there. Now this right side heart is caught up. It's most surprising that it is caught up because it is bestowed upon by the deity of Shri Rama. Shri Rama is the father deity. He is the father king, and he is the father of this world. Is the fatherhead. Supposing you are a bad father, you will catch this. Ultimately, with this center, you always get asthma. Always. All asthma patients who have come to me have been cured so far. I have cured most of the ailments of right heart. There is another cause of this is, supposing somebody's father is dead in early years, very early years, when the child was not yet properly settled down, or he died at a time with an accident, or maybe with a worry about the child. Then he haunts the child. This is true. At that time, if you just tell your father that I'm all right, don't worry, you take your birth, I'll be all right, you'll be amazed. This asthma can go. There was a governor of Kashmir who was a very, very respectable man, and we had gone to him as state guest. One morning he came walking bare feet in Kashmir to our guest house. I was amazed why he was walking down. So went down to see him. He said, today I have come to see you as a mother and not as Mrs. Srivastava. And I have come to ask you for one boon, that I have had this asthma for 25 years and can you cure me? And it was cured in 5 minutes. It's that simple. If you take the name of Shri Rama, if Nanaka says is all right, or if Kabira does is all right, but if you unauthorized way, if you go on pestering Shri Ram for everything, then also this chakra can be caught. Those people who believe in Hanumana Also, if they go on too much with it, it can be caught. Hanumana is the deity for your air, for your breathing. And when you try to suffocate Hanumana within you, you get the trouble of his disappearing from that center, or you can say he sleeps, and you get these two troubles of one is asthma, and also sometimes you might get choking. Suddenly some people when they are talking, suddenly they choke. Now, this is very easy to cure, very easy to cure. Asthma can be cured very easily. But the center heart, when it is in problem, it can be with anything. We have here a patient who was doing this Santoshi Mata's Vrat, and she got this trouble. Now, Santoshi Mata, there's nothing like that. It's absurd. The Santoshi Mata is created by some cinema fellow, and all the women are doing this, and they are fasting on Friday. If you fast on Friday in the name of the goddess, you can fast if you want to, but not in the name of goddess. You are definite to catch this thing, because that is the day when she was born. Friday is the day as regarded as the day of the goddess, and that day one has to celebrate it instead of fasting. Apart from that, when you start taking her name morning till evening, every time, she gets fed up of you and she disappears from there. She just doesn't like you, and you might develop a big problem. She's the one who gives you sense of security. She's the one, she gives you sense of security. When your sense of security is disturbed, then you get the catch on this one. For example, the women who suffer from, say, breast cancer are only doing so because of this, because she's the great mother, and as a mother you suffer. Supposing a husband is a bad man and a flirt, and a woman thinks he's not all right. It is important for man to console his wife and see that she has complete faith in her security. But especially in India, we try to make our women extremely insecure by the way we talk to them, the way we treat them. I mean, we are extremely cruel people as far as our wives are concerned. Because I've seen people here, we have such a big dowry system and all sorts of systems in all our horrible customs and castes. If a daughter is there, then there's all weakness for her. But the wife is also a daughter of somebody else, nobody thinks. They will say, if the wife asks for anything, go and ask your father. Why didn't he give it in the marriage? There is no fondness for the wife. There's no understanding that she's the one who is to be loved. She's to be given all the security. And we put all kinds of insecurities into her. We shout at her. So many people also beat their wives. In England, invariably men beat their wives. Surprisingly, supposed to be very educated, sophisticated people. The more sophisticated they are, the worse they are. Not only they beat their wives, but they kill their children. Every week 2 children are killed in England. And we are going the same way. I tell you, I had never known people who used to beat their wives when I was a child or when I was grown up. I had seen my father that he always respected my mother very much. But nowadays I find that husbands have no respect for the wife at all. They think they are very great people. Even if they are clerks or anything, they think the wife is a peon. If the husband is a peon, he thinks the wife is a jamadar. If he's a jamadar, I don't know what he must be thinking his wife to be. And these kind of mythical complexes that human beings have developed, women develop this kind of a trouble, especially when men are flirts. You see, when men start looking out for other women, it upsets women. It upsets their sense of security. She's the mother of future. She feels that any day she's challenged and any day she'll be insulted. She is a mother, and as your children's mother, she must be respected. If she's not respected, she's absolutely prone to this kind of a sense of insecurity in which she might develop this breast cancer. And this breast cancer is a very serious disease, as you know. We have cured many people from breast cancer. Many people have been cured of breast cancer, and the relationship between husband and wife has improved after that. But once she gets breast cancer, then you should see the husband. He gets absolutely upset. He does not know what to do because Indian husbands do not know how to cook even. They do not know even how to buy a vegetable. They don't know what are different dals are. They don't know any work whatsoever in the house. They are not like English husbands or any Western husbands. And some of the Western people told me that Indian men are cowards. They cannot take a divorce because they don't know how to cook. So this is the condition of our Indian men. They are entirely dependent on their wives for everything. Still they try to dominate their women so much. And I'm speaking in English, I'm sorry I have to say this, but it is the case. And when you see the women, when they find men behaving like this, they become tigresses. Some of them become such horrible tigresses that they can ruin not only the family, but families after families and nations after nations. You are creating a woman who is challenging you, and then once she starts challenging, and the result of that I've seen that in England or in any such country, France, Germany especially. In Germany, women are Hitlerish, absolutely Hitlerish. Men shake before them. Absolutely, they are just like ghatis you see in the hamals working in the house. The woman stands with her both hands on her hips and she says, you haven't cleaned this, you haven't done this, what have you been doing? This is not clean. They have to clean all the utensils in the house, everything. They have to keep the kitchen absolutely sparklingly clean, otherwise the men would be scolded on. You don't know how to keep it clean? Better go and learn from your neighbor. And poor neighbors consult each other and do their homework. Moreover, the laws are such, they have passed such laws that when the wife divorces her husband, she gets half of the property, half of the income of the husband, as long as she does not marry. For example, a man is living in a huge big place. Suddenly his wife decides to divorce. Decides. There's no reason needed for that. If she decides to divorce, then they get a divorce and the house is to be sold and the money is to be given half-half. Then if such a wife marries twice or thrice, she is a rich lady, while this man is a pauper. This is a very common sight. I have seen this very common in America especially, that she says that he was my husband, he looks like a chauffeur, and this lady is going in such big Cadillacs and all that with a I wouldn't say cigarette, it's more than that. And with a stick in the hand, you see, very smart. And while the husband is all tattered and torn and working as a chauffeur somewhere. So that another extreme is also horrid. A woman is not to be like that. She has to be a decent, gracious personality. And she is not to take up this challenge. It's not wise to take these challenges from men. At least Indian women know that. Most of them know, I hope so. They will keep it up. But the men must understand now that they have to respect women. If they do not respect their women, then the daughters that they have will be coming out like that. And they will show such results that you'll be shocked. One day they may even slap their father on the face. It is quite possible all such things can happen in this country also. So one has to be careful All I said it because these two centers are very important.
अब हम श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे. We will now offer आरती to श्री माता जी.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने अवतार माँ, कितने अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में हो माँ, बैठ के दिल में हो माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा माँ, कर दिया उजियारा। कलयुग में आया है, कलयुग में आया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। होए सके जो सेवा, होए सके जो सेवा हमसे करा लेना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिन में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। निर्मला नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
श्री माता जी, आपका कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माँ कि आपने हमें आपके श्री चरणों की आराधना करने का ये अवसर प्रदान किया। थैंक यू श्री माता जी फॉर गिविंग अस दिस चांस टू वर्शिप योर होली लोटस फीट। जय श्री माता जी।